I will start with the self-service customer portal. Okay, so this is my policy section of the self-service customer portal, where you can see all your policies. And as I mentioned before, you can see your active policies as well as your expired policies. What policies and how old this can be is a configuration, depends very much on the insurance provider decision. Some insurance providers want to have, let's say, 3-year history, some want 5, some want to have only active policies. But we have full option, and this configuration depends on the insurance provider. As I've mentioned, we support standard products, and for the standard products, we have developed very detailed policy view, and I'm going to show you how it looks. So, for example, travel is one of our standard products. You can see here, you see the summary of your policy, begin and date, what is the product, in this case, Globe Explorer Basic. Then you start seeing details. For example, what is your coverage amount and what you are covered for. Yeah, and this is dynamic. It depends on your actual coverage. If you are not covered for, let's say, hazardous sports, it will not show up here. So with this, you get full understanding and transparency on the insurance, on the policy. You don't need to read many pages of papers with a lot of disclaimers to understand actually what you have in your coverage, and you can see the coverage amount, so you know what you are covered for and up to what limit. Then we show specific data that are related to the different products. For example, in the travel, we show other insured people, and you also can see your policy, your print policy as a PDF. You can download it and have the same document you would get from a classical paper insurance, and possibly some receipts, possibly because, let's say, some insurance can have 1 receipt, some insurance can have 5 receipts, and these are all configurations, right? It depends on the customer, what they want to show to their customers, to their end customers. And here, what you can see is the notifications. So, for example, this policy is expiring in 7 days, and if you want, you can renew it. Some of the policies can be renewed online. Some of the policies requires a visit to an office. This depends on the regulations and the specifics of each country and each insurance providers. So we can handle any depending of the configuration we make. Okay, let me show you some other products. This one is comprehensive motor insurance, or casco as we call it here. Here you can see immediately what is covered. You can see that it's a car, you can see the model, you can see the plate number. And this is much better than just showing you that this is a policy number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Right? It gives you immediately information, and you can recognize your asset, especially if you have more than one, and you need to know which one is covered and which one is not. Then you can see the payment details, and here you can see the situation where we have a policy with several installments. In this case, it's a policy with 4 installments, and you can see that one is paid and the others are not, and one is already upcoming. So you of course have a reminder that you can see from the start page, but let's say you want to pay it. You select the installments that you want to pay. You see the total amount and you make payment. Now this is a screen which is of the payment provider. It can be a wallet, it can be a card payment provider. In this case, it's a card payment provider. You enter your card details and your policy is paid. Actually, the installments you selected are paid. And if we go back, we see this marked as paid. Also for the comprehensive policy, we have the full coverage description here. And we have details specific to this policy, which is the VIN number and the vehicle owner. Again, you can see and download your PDF policy document and your receipts. Okay, so these are all different kind of products we support, and you can see the different statuses we support. All these statuses are also configurable. So when the policy is expiring, when is the due date, this is configuration and doesn't require any code change. Another functionality which we can provide here as a standard is a payment of installment for any policy, right? It's not only for the policies that you own, but let's say you want to pay a policy of somebody else, and you just select the policy number, see the payment plan of this policy number, make the payment, and it's done, right? These are very important features, although they are basic. This is actually what saves the time both for the customers and for the insurance, because normally for all these things you need to get to call, you need to make either cash payments or make bank transfers, and it's a hassle. And with this, it's a breeze. You just click and then go and pay. Okay. Now let's go to the quote and buy section. Quote and buy section, it depends, of course, on the product. As I've mentioned, we support the products from the property and casualty line of businesses. This particular one is the travel insurance. So I'm going to show you how you can buy a new travel insurance policy. And again, these things are configuration. Age groups can be different for the different insurance providers. Let's say I want to buy a policy for 2 adults in this range from 18 to 65. I select my begin and end date. It calculates the total trip duration. Then I select where I want to travel. And then I select the purpose of the trip. Here I select the coverage amount I want to have. Let's say I want to have a 10,000 euro coverage amount. You can see in the right hand side all the enter data is shown. So I have a full confidence about what I've entered. And already here I get the first price. So I don't have to enter all my data in order to get a quotation. I get it at the first possible moment when the quotation can be calculated. And I see the amount for my policy and what's included. This is the coverage. Now, I'm offered here additional coverage, and this is also configuration. So for example, due to the reasons, due to the purpose of the travel, I've been offered these 3 additional coverages that are applicable to this policy. Coverages can be much more, but I'm only offered those that are applicable to the way I'm going to travel and to the reason of to the purpose of the trip. So let's say I select flight changes and lost luggage, and you can see immediately there is additional coverage included. I'm shown the amount increase, and I can select or deselect if I'm not happy with the amount, for example, and I just want to stay with the basic coverage. I'm happy with the amount and I move on. And now after I've seen the price, I've taken the decision, comes the more complicated part with the insurance, where you have to enter all your data. But the good thing is that I've already made the decision, right? I've already seen what's offered and I liked it. and I'm in. I want to buy the insurance. So I'm now going to enter all the data. This is also intelligent. For example, if I'm not going to travel, they will take my data separately. If I'm going to travel, then I don't need to enter my data 2 times, once as policyholder and once as an insured person. Here, I select the address and start entering the data of the 2 adults that have been selected in the beginning. Even at this late stage, I can add another passenger, right? And this is something which you normally wouldn't have in a classical application. So let's say I decided to include another family member, and I can edit here. And as soon as I can edit, there will be a calculation. It's interesting if I've added somebody with age group which is not from the originally selected. This would require, of course, change in the coverage, change in terms and conditions. That's why I'm warned, right? So that's not the problem to add them, but I just need to then select some things which are not applicable for the newly added person. So I may decide either to modify policy and of course see what the modifications will be, or just to cancel. What you see here is this late change, and that's something very valuable, especially for the online, because you know how hesitant are people, how they originally start with just trying something and then change their mind. So we are not going to lose these customers. We will capture them even if they want to change their mind at the end. Okay, so now everything is selected, everything is clear. I see once again all the details of the policy, the coverage, the persons that are covered, and if I'm happy, I need to accept the legal terms and conditions. I proceed to payment, and it's done. So I can download the policy, or I can go back and it will be visible in my policy section. And that's for the quote and buy section. Now, let me show you the claims section. In the claims section, you can see all your current claims. Also, you can see the recently closed claims. And this gives you full visibility, and you can see the value of the insurance you are getting from your insurance provider. Because when you start seeing the numbers here, you see that the payment that you've made for the premium is not in vain. You can see that you are getting back some things from the insurance provider in case you've had an accident. And you can also see the status of your claims. For example, this one is awaiting you to go and take the car to a service center for an inspection. Here, documents needs to be sent, and you can send them from the app if you like. Here, for example, you need to schedule a visit for an inspection. This is a home insurance, so somebody needs to come and evaluate your claim. And this one is in the processing status, so it's with the insurance provider, and they're investigating some of your documents. So you are feeling safe that they are working on this. If I want to register a new claim, it's also a complex process, which we tried to make easy. And here we select, this specifically is for motor insurance, we select for which vehicle we want to register a claim. Pay attention that we are not selecting a policy number, we are not selecting anything which isn't clear, we just select something which is very clear and there is no mistake, right? I select exactly which vehicle is this. Usually they ask you here for a policy number, we don't, we ask you for the specific vehicle. Then I enter the date of the event. These are all configurations, right? Because some of the insurance providers may need here for different workflow. These are all configurable. I select the location where the accident happened. Then I select what type of accident it is. I must provide some comments if there was an injured person, if there was a police, and if the police visited the event. Why is this needed? It's needed because there are some protocols which are due in case there was a police on the place. But again, these are specific things which can be configured in different customers in different way. Then I select which part of the vehicle has been damaged, and I can upload photos, and then I can select these photos. I can put a limit on the photo. All these things are configuration. Here I see the photos. I can change them, etc., etc. In case the vehicle is drivable, I select the center where I will drive the vehicle to for an inspection. Or if it's not drivable, probably they will send me somebody on the site for inspection of the vehicle. Then, depending on the coverage type, I'm offered different types of compensation. Either I go to official dealership for repair, or for unofficial service center for repair, or I may select to get the payment in cash, or maybe I'm not going to select anything. I just want to register the claim for now and select the compensation later. Let's say I want to have repair in the official dealership. I select it. In case I wanted to have the compensation in cash, I can give the IBAN of my account. And in case I'm not the account holder, I need to give the account holder name. This is just required for the transfer. Again, this is specific and it's configurable. For some countries, it will be, of course, a different set of data here. And then I need to verify my email just in case, because it's important communication. So I need to give the email. In case I'm a registered customer, this will be filled in automatically. Final review with the option to edit and change. If something hasn't been entered correctly, I can change it here. I don't need to go back. And if everything is okay, I submit my claim. I get my claim number, and it appears here in the claim section, waiting for it to be processed and to monitor the status. And finally, I want to show you here. Actually, no. Let's limit the presentation because we'll not have time. It's a service center. Okay, that's a service center. So another feature we have in the standard product is to find the closest service center, be it a medical center, be it a repair shop. So here with the integration with Google Maps, we show you your current location, and then we ask you what kind of medical center and where you want to go, different type of medical practice, and then we give you the closest to you, and you can see the contact details, the address, and the directions. That's a very useful feature, which gives an extra added value for our customers, because you can get quick service without the need to call anybody or to wonder how to get to the service center or to the medical facility. And sometimes this is very important to get this information quickly. Okay, that's all for the customer self-service portal. Now I want to show you this in a real case. I'm going to show you what we have in production. This is live in Generali. This is our portal there. And this is my personal account. Actually, I had an account with Generali long before we started any business. So I'm going to use this account. So you'll see my personal policies there. This is the login screen. Okay, take some time. Hopefully connection is good. Okay, yes. So you see all my policies, and this is my active policy. I have only one active policy. Actually, it's my motor insurance. So if I go in it, you can see the insurance amount, you can see the installments, you can see it's paid, you can see the coverage, what's covered, as I've mentioned to you, and you can see additional data. And there is the policy download, which I can download the PDF, and I can open it up. I'm not sure if you see it. Yes, you can see this is my policy, original policy for my car. This is the portal generally. It's just what we have today in release 1. Very soon we will add release 2 with all the features that you've seen in the demo. Okay, so let me exit. Now, with this, we finished the demonstration for the customer self-service portal. Let me show you the agent sales application with the features that we've already mentioned in the presentation. So this is the dashboard. As we discussed, on the dashboard, you have all the key data for you as a salesperson. For example, you have 150 expiring policies as of the current moment, 53 overdue payments. You have some approvals that are pending, some offers that need response that have been submitted. You can see your total commission, how much has been paid, how much are outstanding. And here you can see tasks, or you can see other opportunities. Again, this is configuration, depends on the needs and capabilities of the specific insurance customers. By capabilities, I mean depending how they work. If they work with offers or they don't work with offers, it depends on their system. Then if I go to customers, this is the customer 360 view. So here you can see customer data, but not only the data, you can see some important KPIs. For example, how many active policies do they have? Do they have claims open right now? What's their total premium income so far? And are there any tasks related to this person? So the notifications that you've seen in the customer portal are now active here as well. And as an agent, I can see, for example, that this customer needs to make payment. Some actions are needed for some claims, and this gives me, with just a look, I understand the situation of this customer. So when I speak to this customer, I know what their pain points are, how they're progressing, and also I can see what's the value of this customer for me. Going to the claims, for example, I can see which claims they have opened, what's the status when they have been opened, under which policy, etc. I can see also the active policies of this customer. In the same detailed way, I was able to see them in the customer self-service portal. I can see their history of expired policies, and I can renew some of these policies, or it's even not a renewal, just I can generate the policy again for them. And I can make some notes personally to this customer so that I remember next time I call them what to talk about. In the quoting section, we have a quoting tool for agents. It's more expanded. It has, of course, agent-specific features that are not available for customers. And in the report section, you have these widgets. And then if you go to a detail view, you can see each report. And this, of course, is configuration, very much specific to the customer capabilities of their core insurance system, what kind of data they have. We can mix and match data, we can transform data. And that's very, very important and add extra value, because sometimes just to get, let's say, this picture of the premium per business line, they need to open 5 or or 6 reports and compare. And here they can see them in one widget. And this is really a great value, especially when they want to achieve some KPIs on certain product lines. So it's not only value for the sales people, but also value for the company, for the insurance providers. All right, and with this, I'm going to finish the demonstration.